Hi there. This is Cheryl with Sew, Glue, and Cheryl 2. We're in an event today, and I'm coming on about 30 minutes early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online here and sprinkle myself out so that we can let everybody know that a little bit of a schedule change. So if you're coming in, come in, say hi, let me know you're here. I'm just going to work on sprinkling myself out real quick. All right. Got that. Got myself sprinkled out. All right. Hi, Stephen. We are in an event today. We are in Craft Events by Julie. And today is Crafter's Choice. We had a little bit of a schedule adjustment. And so I'm coming on about 30 minutes early. And we're just waiting to make sure that we get shared into the group. And then we will be moving forward. Thank you very much, Carla. I appreciate it. We are in an event with Craft Events by Julie today, and it is Crafter's Choice. And I have a couple projects that I really need to finish, so I thought I would work on those today. We had started out earlier today at 11 a.m. Central Time with Melanie, with Be the Light by Melanie. And then after Melanie was Purling Creations by Linda Johnson. And then we had Julie with Julie's Wood Kits and More. And then we had Sherry with Sunshine Designs. After Sherry, we had just up before me was Kimmy with the Treasure Trunk by Kimmy. Now it's myself, Sew, Glue, and Cheryl 2. After me is Lori with Nana's Nook. And then we will be having Tamara with Crafty Fox Creations by Tamara. And then after Tamara is Rustic Daisies DIY by Renee. So we had a full lineup today. And but you get me for an hour and a half today. So we had somebody who came down ill and was not able to join our event today. So come in, tell me, say hi, let me know that you're on. Yes, didn't realize it. Yeah, sorry. Yep, but just come in, let me know that you're here, comment. For now, what I am doing is I am putting names into a bowl, and I am drawing names to celebrate the fact that I have 1,000 followers. Hi, Chris. Welcome in. Hi, Rona. Welcome. And I am well, thank you. Just been a little crazy for a Monday. How about everybody else's Monday? Yes, for an hour and a half. So hopefully I can actually finish something. So one of my previous lives, I started this gem, and I had reverse decoupaged with a napkin. And then you can see kind of there's a flower in the center. That's actually an indentation in the glass. And so I painted that, and then I decoupaged the napkin over it. The last thing I need to do is I need to seal it. I need to seal it with the Mod Podge. Oh, thank you. it was feeling like it needs to be washed. So I needed to pull it back, get it off of my neck. And thank you. Yeah, the flamingo plate. Oh, no worries, Carla. So I do need to seal it. I'm going to seal it with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge on the back of it. Once I get that sealed and dried, then we can move on to another project. So we're going to go ahead and get started because today is going to be a finish some of my projects day. So that's what we are doing today. And I am just going to I'm going to do a liberal amount of this dishwasher safe Mod Podge just to kind of seal the whole back, because once I took the napkin and I Mod Podged it down, I went over the back of it with 2 coats of just my acrylic white so that it makes the napkin show up a little bit better. Hi, Julie. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you. Finish up dinner and you're doing dishes? Or you're done with dishes too? What'd you end up having for dinner? I think we're going to have some steak. I haven't figured out what else we're going to have, but we're going to have some steak. We had gotten it out to have it after dinner or after church last night, and ended up some church friends wanted to go grab a bite to eat. So we ended up doing that instead of cooking at home, which was kind of nice to have a little bit of a break. But so we are going to have that for dinner tonight. I have not tested it per se, but I was sharing previous to this that I don't know that I would put this particular glass plate in the dishwasher anyway. I would fear to think that the dishwasher is going to be a little bit harsh on something that has been decoupage. I don't know. I mean, I know it's supposed to protect things, but I have not tried it. Have you? Salisbury steak. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds really good. You're back. Thank you, Carla. You weren't hungry until she. So you had cheese and biscuits. Oh, and salad. That actually kind of sounds good. All right. So I think I'm just about done with getting it completely covered. I'm going to run the heat gun over it real quick. Try to get that coat on. I'm going to put the lid on. You took pork chops out. Yum. So you've tested the outdoor Mod Podge? Is that what you're referring to, Chris? And it's not bad, it works? You'd use it again? Okay. Good to know. All right, watch your ears. I'm going to run the heat gun just to be able to get this dry so I can move it off my desk. Pork chops. I had pork chops, a week and a half ago when I did my cooking live? Or was it last Monday? I don't remember. It's been a minute. Outdoor Mod Podge. Okay. I didn't know that even existed. So what do you know? Learn something new. Okay, I'm just going to try to get this dry. And then we'll move it off my desk and we'll move on. So I have to, I was thinking about, with the steak, probably some mashed potatoes. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, Facebook is giving me a... So I had something worrisome, and I don't know if it's real or not, or if it's a scam. But on my second device, I was pulling up Facebook, and it was telling me that I was receiving a warning of page. My page was, I was not following the rules, and that my page, if I don't respond within 24 hours, that my page will be deleted. And so, and I don't know if it's a scam or not. You used it on your outdoor fairy houses, and it held up for 3 years. Oh, hey. It's a scam? Okay. It was on Facebook, so I was not sure. But I'm glad to hear that it's a scam and not the real thing, because I try to be very obedient and follow the rules. Okay. Thank you guys for telling me that. I was getting a little concerned, because it's like, the last thing you want is to have your page deleted. But if other of you have, you're getting them all the time, Carla? Okay. Dang. You'd think that Mr. FB could figure that out and get that. Try blocking it. Well, it was I'll have to look at it and see. But okay, I will. I'll have to look at the message to see if there was a name attached to it or something. Because that's why I'm asking you guys. Thank you very much. Hi, Tammy. Welcome in. Report them and block them. Okay. Hi, Debbie. Welcome in. I will do that. I will report it, and if I can find because it shows up on my personal page, because I'm the owner of So Glue and Cheryl 2 page, and it's telling me that the So Glue and Cheryl 2 was the page that was going to be deleted. So I'll look at it a little bit closer and see what I can think. But thank you guys for putting my mind at ease that it's definitely a scam, because that's the first time I've ever seen it or received it. I guess now that I'm getting more followers, they're going to try to use that. I got some globs of Mod Podge in the flour, and I'm just going to get the extra globs out. Sorry, it's taken a minute, I know. So how are you today, Debbie? I won't click on the link. Thank you guys for easing my mind. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I am doing well. It's been a little bit of a crazy Monday. More followers, the more scammers. Okay, I gotcha. Well, the funny thing is that I don't know why they're coming after me for only 1,000 followers, because I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money on Facebook. Okay, I think, let me see here. There's just a few of those small areas that have the extra thick gloss. I could probably take this and set this off to the side. All right, so this, see if I can get it up off my page. All right, so here is, okay, so there's the plate. So once I felt a little bit of Mod Podge on the edge, but I'll take this and set it off to the side here. Okay. Set it off to the side. Let me see, I got a handful of Mod Podge. Let me clean my hand off. Hi, Christina. Welcome in. Oh, you used to get them all the time, Julie? Ah, well, good. I'm glad you're doing your exercises. Welcome in. Yeah, I like the white behind it. You know, it really makes the pink flamingos pop out. So it's really, really nice. We are, let's see. We've been, like all last week, we were in the hundreds. I think today it's a little bit cooler. I think we're 90 something, but we have had, there have been some fires in the area. We're in Idaho. Yeah, we're, every summer we're on fire. And then, it was just like the last 2 days, the smoke was so thick in the air. It's like you couldn't go outside and spend any amount of time, cause, you know, of course, allergies and all of that to flare up. I think I'm just gonna flip this inside out. There we go. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is we're going to work on finishing my, so I started on another event. Was this, I think it was our Christmas in July event. I started, so I got, so this is the 12 Days of Christmas. Okay. And so I had cut out on wood a bunch of 4x4 square pieces of wood. And this is the 12 Days of Christmas, and the art is from Lisa Siegel with vintage, oh, I'm doing a drawing a blank, but hi, Angela, welcome in. If you get too many scams messages, block certain countries. Oh, okay, good idea. Massive amount of fires, and drought in France and Spain as well, sadly. Yeah. We have had some fires. Now, we're also close to the Canadian border, but I don't know that our smoke is coming from the Canadian border, because there was fires in Eastern Oregon, in Idaho, so we're kind of all surrounded by fires. But this is Vintage Digital Designs. Yeah, from Lisa Siegel, Vintage Digital Designs. And she had created these for Petra, I believe. Yes, it was Petra. And Petra was doing an event and crafting, and she was asking questions about the 12 Days of Christmas. And I answered questions right, and I got the Happy Mail. So she had sent these to me in the mail. And I am super grateful because I now get to have 12 coasters of the 12 days of Christmas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find just some thin cork, and I'll apply cork to the back of, so when you put them on your table. So they are, you can probably see this one pretty well, maybe not. Oh yeah, you can. You can see the crackle on it. So I used the fine line crackle and I crackled them. And so what I need to do is I need to prep the rest of these boards, and then so I have 2 of them. I put just my plaster chalk paint on them. So I just need to do that on these, and I just want to find the nicer sides of them. So I am going to spray them. I'm going to give them a light spray of water because that will help the paint. And this is just distilled water. That'll just help the paint spread over the wood because the wood is very dry. Just going to do that real quick so that they kind of soak up the moisture. And then, yes, so we're going to actually work on crackling these again today because I have all the extra time. And if you're watching, come in and say hi. I put everybody's name into a bowl after the live. I'll go through and capture everybody's name who has actually commented. If you don't comment, then I don't know you're here. But please come in, comment, let me know, and then that just adds your name to the list. And I will put you in the drawing for some Happy Mail. All right, let's see. I'm going to use this brush real quick. We're just going to use it is the Waverly Plaster Paint. And it looks like I'm going to have to replenish here before long. Hi Kimmy, welcome in. How are you? I was amazed at how quickly you made those shelf sitters. I'm like, food for thought. I'm going to have to take that and stick it in my back pocket. All right, so I'm just trying to get a coat on these real quick. They're going to dry pretty quickly because the wood is very dry. Even after spraying it with water, I can tell the wood is soaking it up very, very quickly. And then we're going to put the decoupage, the last of the squares on for the 12 days of Christmas. And then hopefully I'll be able to find some cork. I'm sure I can find it probably on Amazon or something. Oh, speaking of Amazon and the chatbot, Amazon reminded me of the chatbot. So if you exclamation Amazon, you will get the link. You'll have to copy it and then you have to go and paste it somewhere to save it. But that is a link to my Amazon page. Hi, Mitzi. Welcome in. Oh, my gosh. It's so good to see you. So on that, I just share. I'm not an affiliate with Amazon and I don't get paid for the Amazon. I just share my list of craft supplies on there, that anything that I buy on Amazon, I share there. That is craft supplies. That is, you don't want to know. I mean, I guess maybe Julie might want to know, but what kind of salmon oil I buy for the dogs. And Julie, if you need that, it's salmon oil. So It's a fish oil that is good for dogs, and what it does is it helps keep their skin a little bit more moist. So I just spray it on their dry dog food, and they eat it. They have both dry dog food and wet dog food, but you could probably put it on the wet dog food too, because I know your dog just recently had dental surgery. But what it does is after a certain period of time they have it, it really helps them to keep from itching so much. It kind of helps keep their skin moist. You love the 12 Days of Christmas, Rhoda? Oh. Sorry. It's I'll have to, I didn't clean off the lid very well before. And so it, of course, left chunks. So I'm just going to take this paper real quick and dump it in my garbage so that I don't have there we go. All right, let's make sure. I'll dry these real quick. So watch your ears. If you have earbuds, I don't want to, it's in the upper 70s there. Salmon oil helps the dog's joints too. Well, there you go. And Mitzi, I'm assuming you say you too love the 12 Days of Christmas song. Yeah. I give well, the little dog, Ariel, she's a Havanese, and I only give like barely a half of a pump because it gives her bad breath. But the Great Pyrenees gets quite a few pumps on her dry dog food, and then they're both on diets because we overfeed our dogs, so they're both on diets now, and so they get green beans on top of their dry dog food, and then I have a little bit of I get this stuff called Fresh Pet, which is like an all natural, but it's moist, and I crumble some up on top of their food. Oh, you have a full day of work tomorrow, and then is it then Wednesday that you leave? What day do you actually leave, Carla? You had to run to the bank and get... Oh, no worries. Well, welcome in, Lori. I appreciate you being here. So I'm just making sure that these are dry, and then if feel like it. All right, so I have 6 left. I'm going to grab my scissors and we're going to cut these out. This is some pretty serious rice paper. It's a lot thinner than my rice paper. We're going to trim these out, and then what we'll do is we'll decoupage these down. Make sure that they're dry. I'll seal them, and then we'll crackle. Hi, Melanie. Thank you for sprinkling, my friend. I tell you, you guys, and I saw Sherry, man, you guys with those ideas on the junk journals, just amazing. Just amazing. So you're going. So, Lori, I'm assuming you're going to the same place that Carla's going? Is that correct? I don't know if I'd want to be in Oklahoma this time of year. You're welcome, Melanie. All right, let me see here. I have, yeah, okay. I just had to make sure I had all of the little pieces cut off of it. Yes, you're going to the same place. Oh, that is exciting. You guys will have a really good time. An opportunity to see each other face to face if you haven't met. That's really great. I'm excited for you guys. A little envious. A little envious, but at the same time, so I've got a lot going on here, so it would be hard for me to leave. The reason I say that is because Oklahoma is warm this time of year. My father and mother-in-law used to live in Oklahoma. We still, my husband still has some nephews there in Oklahoma, and they're married and have families. But I don't like the humidity. It's going to be hot. Yes. And it's humid in Oklahoma. Now, if you are used to the humidity, like AKA our friend Carla, I say used to it because you live in Louisiana and you have nothing but heat and humidity. But I, on the other hand, live in Idaho. Oh, hi, Gail. Welcome in. And living in Idaho, we are dry heat. So I am spoiled. Yes, I will be honest about that. I am very spoiled in the fact that even though it gets hot, and the day that my car stopped running was 103, and my car stopped running. That's a whole nother story. But yes, it was 103. However, 103 does not feel like 103 unless you step on the sidewalk barefoot. Yes, you gotta keep drinking, drink all kinds of, you're used to the humidity. Yep. You always have high humidity. Yeah. I grew up in Illinois, and Illinois, of course, it's the Midwest. So you have humidity in the Midwest. And, so some of these squares, this is where I'm just kind of trying to find ones that fit because they're not all made equal. Yeah. And we're getting to August. So August is one of the times of the year where we have 100-degree weather straight for 2 or 3 weeks. So, but I grew up in Illinois, and that is where where it's also humid, kind of like Oklahoma, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Iowa, Missouri. Okay, like I said, not all squares are made equal. Hi, Jessica. Welcome in. If you're new to me, I'd like a like and follow. My name is Cheryl. my page is So Glue and Cheryl too. And I appreciate you sprinkling me out. Thank you so much. I will go in and double check to make sure I am following you. And if I am not following you, I will make sure I am following you. Wisconsin, yes, another state that gets the humidity. But yes, during August in Idaho, it gets to be 100 plus degrees. And the only way that you can really tell that it's 100 degrees out there versus 90 something is if you were to step on something like the cement in the heat, then you know it's. Thank you, Gail. Welcome in, Gail. By the way, and I'm sorry just so you know, if I don't see your comments, a lot of times it's because Facebook isn't showing them to me. They have been very choosy with what they show me in my comments. And so when I go back to gather names, if I've missed somebody's name, I will make sure that I capture your name and write it down for the drawing. Never fear. And also when I ask for prayer requests, if I don't see it, please don't be offended. It's the Facebook thing. And so I just said, hi, Michelle, welcome in. Your geography is okay. So the Midwest are like all of the states that I named, and they're kind of in the center of the United States, and I'm up over here. This is where Idaho's at. So just a kind of general, I don't have a map in front of me, but we're up in the northwest corner. So Christina and Gail live in Wisconsin. Yes. How are you, Michelle? It's good to see you. I was looking to see if you were going to be on live today. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to work on doing some Mod Podge. I'm just going to use the same brush. I am very bad about cleaning brushes. And so if I use the same brush, then I don't have to clean out so many brushes. I am going to have to use quite a few brushes tonight because we are going to do the fine line crackle. But if I use this brush again, I am finishing. Today is, we're in an event, Craft Events by Julie, and it is Crafter's Choice. And so I had started these, the 12 Days of Christmas, and they are just, I'm making coasters. Some of them are turned sideways. And I crackled them, and I did a varnish or a wax on them, and I sealed them. These are all sealed with the sealant because you can see the high gloss on them. And so, but I needed to finish them because there are 12 of them, and I only managed to get 6 of them done in one hour time slot. And I need to just get them done so that I can get them off of my, get them off of my desk because I would like to craft something else. And when these sit on my desk, I feel like I have to spend time crafting on them. So I thought, well, how about let's use our day today as Crafter's Choice to finish some projects. Okay, so I'm going to now the pieces of wood, I just cut them out with some thin, it's not even a 1/4 inch. I think it's about an 1/8 inch thick wood. So it's really, you see it's really thin, and it's just pine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I'm going to get some just a thin cork. And I think you can buy it in sheets. And I'm just going to put it on the back of them and make them so that they don't scratch the table when I put them down. So there is quite a distance. Yes. So, we don't have, I mean, we do have trains, but don't get me wrong. Our trains are typically used for hauling cargo. There are a few areas of the United States that have trains that you can go from point A to point B. However, they don't travel clear across the United States like they used to. Now everybody has their own car, things like that, or maybe if you take a bus, but most people fly across the United States because just flying from Idaho to, let's say, Pennsylvania, which is over on the East Coast, Pennsylvania, it's 2 plane rides, and so depending upon your layover between the plane rides, it could be anywhere from 6 hours to 8 hours to get there. So it's a lot of travel. On sticks instead of brushes. Yeah. Yes. For the Mod Podge. As I don't have any, I don't think I have any handy right now. But you're absolutely right. I think I need to press this down a little bit. So we are in an event today, Craft Events by Julie, and after me, at the top of the hour, will be Lori, who is just there. Yes, we still have an Amtrak, but it doesn't go, Amtrak doesn't come here. You have to get over, like, I think it stops like in Salt Lake City or something, and then you have to get a bus. So it's like Amtrak does go across the United States, but doesn't stop everywhere, and it doesn't hit all 50 states. Well, yeah, all 50 states. Of course, it's not going to hit Hawaii and Alaska, but I think you can get on like a train that goes from like California up to Alaska, though. So, hi, Sherry. Welcome in. No worries. I'm on for an hour and a half, so you're good. All right. So this is the Lord's Leaping. And I just have one of those plastic bags from the vegetable section, you know, where you go in to get you put your fresh vegetables in. I save those bags because they work wonderful when it comes to laying down Mod Podge stuff and spreading out the wrinkles and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna put another coat. We're gonna lay another one down. We're gonna get these going so that we can actually finish something, because I talk way too much. Thank you for sprinkling, Sherry. I talk way too much on my lives, and then I find that I don't craft enough. Is there another Sherry? Oh, there's 2 Sherrys. Welcome in. Sherry Winberry, welcome in. I thank everybody for coming and showing up and supporting me on my live. As you comment, go ahead and just make sure, it doesn't matter how many times you comment, because I just take your name down once. But, yeah, the planes are the fastest to travel across the United States. That is correct. If you were to drive, you could probably do it in 24 hours. However, you're killing yourself because you're trying to drive. But you could drive from Idaho to Illinois, which we have done. But, we don't do that anymore because that's a rough drive, and trying to drive it straight is difficult. So, if we go, we usually drive 3 days, stop at nights, and don't drive long hours because it's just not safe. But yes, so and it's for those who are not familiar with the United States, aka Rona. It is a massive country, and if you've never been here before, it is definitely hard because you guys can go literally a couple of hours and you're in an entirely other country. And here it's not the case. It's going to take you a few hours to get across a state just to get to a different state. Thank you for sprinkling me out. I appreciate that, Sherry Winberry. And if you are new to me and you or haven't followed me before, I am Cheryl with Sew Glue and Cheryl too. And the hubby is in here. Come say hi, babe. It helps me out. And if you have a page, come in on your business page, and we can have others follow you as well. And if I am not already following you, I will make sure I am following you. All right. So I am just putting, this is the drummer's drumming. Let's see. I need to move it up. Hold on just a second. I'll hold them up here in just a second. Like I said, I just cut out these. These are 4x4 pieces of pine. It's like a 1/4 inch pine, maybe an 1/8 inch pine. Maybe it's an eighth of an inch because it's not very thick. But this is the drummer's drumming. Kind of see it there. Everything is tinged kind of that off-white antique yellow color. Here's the piper's piping. And then here is, they're saying hi to you, Doyle. These are the, I just said that what these were, something jumping. Anyway, so let me get the geese, or yeah, these are the geese. Get these on here, and I have a little bit on edges that I'm going to have to kind of sand off. But once we do that, then we can seal them, and then we'll start working on the crackle. And the crackle is the fun part. Yep. Yes, we have a lot of fires in the area, but it is Idaho and it is in the middle of the summer. We get so hot here that the mountains, all of the grassy areas dry out, and then we have fires because either A, human caused, or B, thank you Debbie, or B, we get dry lightning, and the dry lightning will start the fires. So we have our, here in Boise is where the wildfire center is, and it is stationed at the airport. So we have a lot of the planes that fly out of here. Okay. And this is the last one, which is the maids a milking. Let me put this one down. I'll show you this one. This is the maids a milking. Okay. Oh, you stopped packing to see what he looked like, so not to be, oh, to come in here and say hi? So he's on by his page name, which is Easy Handyman, but his first name is Doyle, Doyle. Yeah, I don't know. Are you still on, babe? They want you to come in here and so that you can say hi. They say not to be bashful. You're not bashful. Okay, give me just a second here. I'm going to put these on here. I'm going to dry these out. Make sure that they're dry. I have to go around the edges because there's a couple edges hanging off. Yes, you are bashful. Come in and say hi. I'm just going to make sure that these are dry because I don't want to rip the edges. When I go to sand, there's a couple of them because, well, I didn't do too bad of a job of cutting squares out, but I was too lazy to dig out and get the table saw and use that, or the chop saw to use it to cut straight edges, so I just used my scroll saw. Rhoda says, don't be shy, Doyle. All right. These are dry. Okay, watch your ears for just a second. I'm going to use my little sander here to get the edges of the paper that just hang off. Okay. All right, that one is good. That one looks good. A little bit here. Okay. I don't think we're going to convince him, guys. He's not going to come in. All the other husbands come on camera. Yeah. Well, remember, this is still a little new to us. Thank you for the prayers, Debbie. Yeah, they're up in the foothills, so they're a ways away. And then there are some out in the what we would classify as desert. Probably not what you guys think of as desert, but there's just hills and grasslands and things like that. They don't bite. He's not going to come in, you guys. He won't come in. All right. So there's like grasslands, and those grasslands are kind of all between us and eastern Idaho. There's a bunch of them. And then there's between here and traveling to Oregon, like Pendleton. Some husbands forget that their wives are on it. Oh, Chris, yours wouldn't come on either. That's funny. Yeah, this is still really kind of, even though come September, it'll be a year. I haven't been doing lives. My live anniversary date won't be until like November. Because when you set your page, you have to wait 60 days to be able to go live. So, So yes, some husbands are humorous. They forget that it's their wives' page and it's their wives' live. But that's the fun of it. It's good to see that they're so comfortable, right? All right, so now I'm just going to go over, I'm going to seal them, get them dry. I'm just sealing them with, I'm just using regular Mod Podge on this because I'm going to seal everything with the, hold on, I got my finger sticky. When you get done, you seal it with the solvent-based glossy varnish. And then that's what leaves that the high gloss on it. You can see the reflection of that. But it's solvent based, so you have to have a solvent, turpentine, paint thinner, whatever, to wash your brush out because it is solvent based. But you seal it once you do the crackle. And the reason for that is because then your crackle won't continue to crackle. It'll stop the crackle and it'll seal it so that it doesn't continue to crackle because learning this from experience is that if you crackle it and then you don't seal it, it will actually, the crackle will continue to crackle and it'll start falling apart. So I'm going to be doing part 1 and part 2 of the Pentart Fine Line Crackle. And then once you do your crackle, you seal it with solvent-based glossy varnish. When you seal it, the sealant actually seals and stops the crackle from continuing to crackle because that stuff is so good that it will continue to crackle over time. Oh, okay. And then you do have to have like turpentine or something because this is solvent based. You can't just take your brush and put it in water. It won't clean your brush. You need to have a solvent to clean your brush once you're done. But what will happen is it will stop the crackle. And it's, once you've got the crackle that you desire, you seal it because if you don't seal it, over time, like if you're crackling paper, it will start to peel and break off and flake. And then you don't have your image anymore after it starts doing that. All right, we got one more to seal. Did you get that, Gail? Okay. I'll just get the extra Mod Podge off of here. Okay. My finger was stuck to the edge. All right, so I'm going to, I think I am good. Put that in the water, and I'm going to get that Mod Podge out of the way. We're going to dry this. Okay. And a little bit of a bubble pop up. Okay, I'm just going to dry them. I want to make sure turpentine is expensive here. So you use white, mineral spirits will clean it too. Yep, absolutely. Okay, I am just kind of run my finger over to make sure that they're dry. Whoop, whoop. We might get this done. We might. So remember, we are in Craft Events by Julie, so stay tuned. And, sorry, I had an itch on my nose. After me is Lori with Nana's Nook. We'll see what she's deciding to do today for Crafter's Choice. After Lori is Tamara as Crafty Fox Creations by Tamara. And then after Tamara is Renee with Rustic Daisies DIY by Renee. All right, so I think we're good. Okay, now, part 1. Got to put part 1 on, but you must use a dry paintbrush. So, let me see what paintbrush I will use. Okay, we'll use this one. Yeah, no, I'll use this one. Okay, so Fine Line Crackle by Pentart, part 1. Okay, so this is, it's like a milky color. You've been doing some embroidering? Does anyone do that very old craft? I do not, because I do not have that skill of doing embroidering, but that is really takes some skill. Does anybody else embroider? Oh, Rona says she used to, but not for a while because she's been obsessed with the crocheting. I get that. I'll have to show you guys my my Afghan that I'm working on. Ew. Okay, so with part 1, it's a milky color. And you just take it and you go in the same direction and you try not to go over it too many times. It's getting very thick, so it may be getting close to, I'm gonna have to figure out how to thin it out a little bit. It's really thick. Maybe I'll have to use it more often to crackle, right? So Carla used to do embroidery on a machine. I don't even have a machine that does embroidery. Sounds like fun though, like using a machine. I don't know that I would have the patience to do it just by hand though. Heaven's sakes. You get like patience of a saint, girl. Okay. So I am just doing all of these in the same direction. And then you got to let it dry. So while I'm working on it, it'll dry because it's getting warm in this little office of mine. Okay. Crackle, crackle, crackle. So once we get this on, then, and we will make sure it's all dry because you cannot put part B on or part 2 on until part 1 is completely dry. And then you have to use a different brush dry. You cannot use a wet brush that you have just cleaned out. You have to use a dry brush or it will not work. Okay. You're just going over these. It's kind of thick, so I'm just trying to pull off a little bit of the extra so it doesn't take so long to dry. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. I'm just looking down so that I know where I'm spreading this stuff. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to go all in the same direction. When the crackle happens, it won't make a hill of difference in which direction I'm running the brush. But it does make a difference when you're applying it. Okay. All right. Is it smoky over where you're at, Debbie? Debbie Green? Guys have any fires in the hills over there? I used to live in, so Debbie is in Washington State. I used to live in Washington State. That's where I met my husband. We lived in Seattle. Actually, north part of Seattle, but if I said, nobody but Debbie would know. I used to live in Linwood, which is north of Seattle. And even further north is my husband lived. He used to live in Everett, Washington. And when we met there in Seattle. You're taking turmeric for your knees because it seems to be helping your joints. Don't know if that helps your fingers for embroidery. Oh. Well, if it helps for joints, it would help for your, if you have arthritis in your hands. I'm certain it would help the arthritis a little bit. Whether it would be enough to make a difference or not, I don't know. But so these are water-based, just so you know. You can wash your paintbrush in water when you use these. No fires close to you in Tacoma. All right, good. No, I'm not originally from Seattle. I am originally from Illinois. Okay, watch your ears. So I grew up in the Peoria area. I grew up in a small town about 20 minutes west of Peoria called Hannah City. And my parents still live there. I have two younger sisters. The middle sister lives close by my parents, and then my youngest sister lives south, which is in Quincy, Illinois. And Quincy is closer to St. Louis. Oh. So your mother was a piano teacher. Oh, how amazing. I grew up taking piano. I was living out my mother's dream. So all three of us girls had to take piano. I hated it at that point in time because, of course, you know, when you're made to do something and you have to practice, I hated it with a passion, but today I regret not sticking with it. I can play the piano if I sit down and I have to refigure out the notes and my hand positions and things like that. But I could sit down and do that, but it'd take me a little while to work through learning a song. I just haven't, and I don't have a piano per se. We have a keyboard, and my son is using it. Well, right now it's something that's holding his clothes, but he does like sitting down at the piano and trying to. I gave him all of my lesson books. I tried to teach him when he was little. He was not having it. So he has decided that now he wants to learn, which more power to him. So he sits down and kind of messes around and tries to self-teach. Oh, you had to move, you had to sell the piano. Yeah, I did have a piano while I was in Seattle. Our apartment was big enough to have a piano, and so I moved it from Seattle here, because where the apartment that we lived in, we had the piano and not much furniture, so we had a place for the piano. When we bought the house, we had to get rid of the piano because we just didn't have any place to put the piano. So I would love to have a piano again, but likely I won't have a piano because we just don't have the space to put it anywhere. My house is not very big. So I am just making sure that part A, component 1, is absolutely dry on these. It's taken a little bit longer because of the fact that that white stuff is getting really thick on me. So I'm going to have to use it up before it goes bad. Then we will put component 2 on. And we'll get her drying and we'll hopefully start seeing the crackle. They're still a little sticky. Get these dry. Sorry, it's taking so long. Hi, Tasha. Welcome in. We are in an event today. We are in Craft Events by Julie. So if you're just joining me, we are having Crafter's Choice event today. And I decided I needed to finish up some projects. So we are working on the 12 Days of Christmas, my coasters for the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm finishing up the other 6 that I did not get done on a previous event. So, and we are just getting ready to crackle. Let's double check this. They feel sticky when they're hot from the something I want to do is get a piano. Oh, got rid of, but wish. Oh yeah, I know the feeling. I wish that I hadn't gotten rid of my piano, but yeah, I get it. Thank you, Tasha. I'm just gonna. Yeah, they're dry. They're just hot, and so they feel like they're tacky. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling. Goodness gracious. Good to see you. How are you? I just love when you get on, you just laugh and you just make everybody else laugh with you because you have such an infectious laugh. I love it. So thank you for being you. Okay, so part 1 has been put on. Now I've got component 2 of the Pentline Fine Line, the Penta Art Fine Line Crackle Medium. And so and you have to have another dry brush. You can't reuse and wash the other one. I am doing great. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now you do the same thing with component 2. You'll go over and you go over in the same direction. And as you go over it, it'll start drying and then you'll start seeing crackle. Once it's crackled and it's dried completely, and you can put more heat to it, it will actually give you more crackle. So we're going to do this, and we're going to try to do it quickly so that we can get it dried, because in about 15 minutes, we are going to refresh our screen and we are going to go watch our friend Lori over at Nana's Nook. But until then, let's see if we can get some crackle showing. Okay, and I'm trying to do this fast. Hopefully it's not going to backfire on me. All right. I got a glob over here on one side. All right. Just running over with part 2. All right. Just want to make sure I'm not missing. Thank you guys for talking to amongst yourselves for a minute while I'm trying to do this. Because you kind of miss out on comments as you're trying to focus on getting the crackle on. All right. So while we are working on this, if you have prayer requests, please go ahead and let me know now. And like I say, if I don't see it, don't panic, because I will be absolutely adding you to my prayer list. But in the meantime, because of the challenges I've had with Facebook, I've found several people who have submitted prayer requests and Facebook doesn't show those requests to me until after I get off of my live and do a scroll through my comments, and then I see the prayer requests. So please don't be offended if I don't see it and I don't read it off and pray out loud for you on the end of this particular live, because just know that I will be praying for you. Okay, I'm gonna put that one back. All right, I need to grab a sip of water. Wet the whistle. Okay, we're gonna try it again. If you have prayer requests, please feel free to send a prayer request. I will, at the end here, we'll take the last couple minutes and pray out loud. for everybody. And if you have a specific prayer request, Carla, my love, I still have you on my list, assuming that is still appropriate. You bought an organ for your daughter? Oh, okay. She played bells at the church with the group and the other kids, and I thought she would like to learn to play the organ, but she didn't. I bought music and teaching. And you were self-teaching? Awesome. Aw, I'm sorry. But were you self-teaching yourself? But then you decided to sell it? Okay, thank you, Carla, for the confirmation. For the fires. Yeah, get the fires under control. Yeah, Canada? I guess Canada is got lots of fires going on, and here in the Northwest. So, okay, that's fine. The other one I will keep under my hat. Okay, let's see. Now we're starting to crackle. We are starting to see some crackle. Just working on getting the rest of them dry. You were teaching yourself? That's awesome. It's a real art to be able to play the organ. There's lots more keys. Okay. So I'm just checking to see. Oh, no, that one's still wet. Just checking to see if they're dry. Yes, that one's dry. That one's dry. Okay. So I can see them. You're not going to be able to see the crackle until I actually wax things. So what we're going to do is we're going to wax them. Ronnie, you say you're musically challenged? Oh, but you got talents everywhere else. You can play hot. Well, that's more than I can do. You can play hot cross buttons on the recorder. That's more than I can do. Yes, Canada, man, it is just horrible. So we're gonna keep our friends, our Canadian friends, Petra's and okay, I think. Let me give them a minute to cool off and see. This one's got lots of crackle. But it's hard to tell as they cool down. All right. So now I have dark sealing wax by Kills. Okay. You can get it at Home Depot. But I have had this for a good long time. Well, 2 years, 2.5 years. It lasts a long time. So it is definitely worth your money. All right. This one, I think. No, those are wet. I'm going to get just a small section of paper towel. And we are going to start. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking my paper towel with my wax and I am going to rub it in and it will start filling the cracks so you can see the crackle. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. You have to kind of sometimes really rub it into the cracks for them to be visible, because they are well, I don't know if you're going to be able to see those or not. Probably can't see that crackle very well. I think it's because of the color, but the crackle is there. So let's see if we can't do this. You have to invest in some. It wasn't super expensive if I remember. Well, then again, that was 2.5 years ago. Oh, yeah. Okay. You can kind of see, there's the crackle up here in the orange, you could see it. It's a little bit harder to see right now, but, so I'm going to go through and crackle. I will have to seal them probably later. Hello. Is Connie Hall on? Hi, Connie. I am sorry if I didn't see you come in. Welcome. We are in an event today in Craft Events by Julie, and if you stay tuned, if you're not already a member of the group, you can join it. It's free, and it's public group. And all you have to do is come into the Craft Events by Julie page, and you can refresh and see the next presenter is going to be Lori with Craft Events, or Lori with Nana's Nook on Craft Events by Julie. Okay. Yeah. You guys are having and I don't know if the crackle it may not be deep enough yet. So it's not holding on to the wax just yet. I think the last time I did this, I let them sit. But this one actually you can see the crackle in that one very well. But I had because I had time in between, I didn't finish them on an event, so I had time. You came in quietly. Well, thank you for coming in and saying hello. All right, here we go. So, do you have, if there are any other prayer requests, please feel free to, you can send me a message as well if you would rather not speak them, on my live, which is fine. 'Cause I am happy to add you to my prayer list. Oh, thank you, Connie. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And because you came in and you put comments in, what I'm doing is, for a little while, I haven't decided how long I'm going to do it, but, for a little while, I am going through, and those who come in and comment, oh, my plate? Yeah, I can do that real quick. As you comment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab your Here's I finished the flamingo. This is just, I did a reverse decoupage on the plate. And you can see in the plate itself, it had some molding where I painted the flower. And then I put the flamingo napkin on the back of it, and I just reverse decoupaged it. So what that means is that you put the napkin face toward the glass, and then you you seal it with your dishwasher Mod Podge, and then I just covered it with the white paint on the back of it, and then I sealed it again with the Mod Podge. And it's just drying right now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate that. So real quick, I will be going through, put everybody's name in a drawing for some happy mail. I will contact you and I will make a post if I draw your name. And then let me know your address, and I will get you some happy mail in the mail. And what we'll do is we'll close real quick. We have a minute. I'm just going to go ahead and pray. Carla, I'm going to keep the other stuff to myself, but I will pray over your family. Dear Lord, I thank you and I give you the glory for the opportunity to be able to come together and do a little bit of crafting and just share life with everybody and be able to speak over and pray over anyone who is needing it, Lord. And we just ask for a special blessing over Carla and her family, Lord, as they go through some difficult times, Lord. And I just ask that you give the areas that need rain minus the lightning, Lord. Give those areas rain to help extinguish those fires, Lord, and protect all of the people that could potentially be in the way of a fire disaster, Lord. If we just ask that you lay a hedge of protection around each and every one of those people in all of the areas, Canada and throughout the United States, who have fires, Lord. And we just ask, I think France also has fires, Lord, if I remember correctly, and Spain, whatever countries out there that are on fire, Lord, we just ask that you give us the rain to extinguish those fires, Lord, and make it easier on our firemen, Lord. And I just ask that you lay a special blessing on each and every person has come into my life today, that you bless their families, you bless their homes, Lord. And you know, if there's any unspoken needs out there, Lord, that you are able to address those, Lord. And we give you the glory for all of those miracles. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much. I love that you guys were so active and interactive with me and you stayed with me throughout. So go ahead, refresh your screen. We're going to go over and see Lori with Nana's Nook. Thank you so much and God bless.